On a question like this with multiple texts, we're always going to read the prompt first. And the prompt says, or it asks us, both authors would agree with which statement. Next, we want to answer questions in our own words first. So what's going on with both passages? What's the common strand? And in order to answer that, we have to go ahead and read both of them right now. So, the big thing we try to model is that when we're reading, we're allowing our unconscious minds to tell us which words are most important. And we're skipping a lot of the words that are the long extended names and dates and details. You can always go back and get those later, but what you can't do is understand main idea if you're going too slow and in too much of a detailed manner in the beginning. So this is what it sounds like in my own inner monologue when I read a passage like this. So the choreographer Alvin Ailey's admiration for jazz can be felt in his work. He collaborated with jazz legends. With his choice of music, he brought jazz to life. So he has a great admiration for jazz. He collaborated with jazz musicians. He brought jazz to life. Passage 2. Jazz is present throughout his work, but it's most visible in his choreography. He incorporated improvisation, which is from jazz, when managing his dancers. He rarely forced them to do exact moves. Instead, he encouraged them to improvise as jazz musicians do. So the influence of jazz is present in the fact that he allowed his dancers to improvise. Okay, so we kind of summarize them in our own words first. And in our own words, what we said is that in passage 1, he was influenced by jazz. And in number 2, he incorporated important elements of jazz into his dance. So which of these choices would both authors agree with? Dancers who worked with him appreciated his supportive approach. We didn't really see anything about him being supportive. So step number 3 is now we're going to the actual answer choices, by the way. So it wasn't about him being supportive. His work was influenced by jazz. That very much sounds like what I said in my own words. Audiences were unfamiliar with the jazz music. I didn't see anything at all about audiences being unfamiliar. And he blended multiple genres of music together. I didn't really see multiple genres of music. I only saw things about jazz. So the answer here is B.